Catalans Dragons taking on go, and this one being played in the south of France down in Perpignan, and about to see the two sides take the field, getting ready for this one. Should be an exciting game as the ball is placed, and we're about to see action in this game. So both sides just playing for a bit of pride. Neither side can figure in finals football this year, getting ready for what should be a big season 27. Kickoff underway, and the ball goes down to Catalans, and they're going to have to work this out of their own end in the early stages and push up towards the 20-metre line on tackle number one, as Leeming getting in there at acting half and getting the ball away. Some of the big boys in to do some of the work. Roger Smith with an early hit up, moving forward. And Navarrete, who's back in the starting lineup today. They're going to kick early. Ball goes out to Dodd. Ball is going to out on the full. So first kick from Catalans is going to put them under pressure in the very early stage. And straight away, a chance for Hull FC to go onto the attack. So, no score in the early stages of this one on the Catalan Sports Tours scoreboard, as Hull FC will now go on the attack. They're 40 metres out, centre field, as SA gets forward. He's pushed backwards, making sure they wrap the ball up. Of course, very good with the offload. They come back through centre field. And Harvey Hill this time gets towards the 30 before they bring him down. They'll go back to the right as they're trying to slice through. Jacob Arthur, he tried to step off the right foot. Referee's seen a high shot. So Arthur's won a penalty for his team. And Hull FC a chance here just outside the 20. High shot coming across the Costa, just clipping Arthur a little bit high. And a chance now for FC. Aiden Caesar trying to get the call from the sideline. No, they're going to take the tap and go. So again, Hull FC go through SA, who's up towards the 20 when he's brought down centre field on tackle number one. Getting into acting half is Bura. He's going to be at the Dragons next year as it's tackle two inside the 20 after that time with a hit up. They come back through the middle, and the Bell, they've got some numbers on the outside. They spread it wide. They've been able to strip them, and running through for the opening try, Logan Moy. There were numbers out on that left edge. They spun the ball wide. There's a fair few words being said too by DaCosta, not happy with his teammates out on that right-hand defensive edge. And all of a sudden, Hull FC opened the scoring with Logan Moy splitting them out wide. He had support on the outside. He didn't need it. Showed the ball to his winger, and Moy, the fullback, opens the scoring for Hull FC. 4-0 in the early stages. SA, beautiful ball, gave the ball to Caesar. Caesar then had support on the outside in Moy, and on the Cheers Boston replay, it is Hull FC 4 leading the Catalans Dragons 0. And Moy did a good job. He was able to run it around and give his kicker a little bit of extra room, just showing the ball on his left-hand side. He was able to beat the defender, and a fair bit was being said. Toby Sexton trying to come across in cover defence. But in the end, it was FC with the opening try through Logan Moy. So Aiden Caesar, who will try and convert this one, the left footer. He's taken this one, taken it back all that far, 20 metres, but he's nailed it straight over the goalpost. So after only a few minutes of play on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard, it is Hull FC 6 leading the Dragons 0. Great start for FC. Plenty of supporters have made the trip to the south of France to watch this one, and of course trying to save a little bit of face in what has been a pretty tough season in 2026. Now, referee's going to let that kick-off go. It looked as though a couple of players might have been in front of the kick before it was taken, but now FC a chance to work this one out from their own end. As going forward, is Ethan O'Neill, and he's got the ball 25 metres out, 10 metres in from the touchline. They're going to go back towards centre field and just bringing Hill underneath. Hill tackled 30 metres out from his own line on a tackle number 3. They go back to the left-hand side this time, and going through the middle is SA. He's got 3 players all around him, but they bring him to ground. He's still 9 metres short of halfway, starting to burn through this tackle count. Going back through the middle as the Moy goes for a dart, and he's tackled just short of halfway. Gets to his feet, plays the ball as they go back to Arthur, and Arthur kicks the ball downfield, and Charlie Staines in underneath, quite comfortably takes it inside his own 10 and now has to work the ball out from his own end, and he's tackled 15 metres out. Dodd gets into the acting half. He's got runners already. They're just trying to get some forwards behind the football as a couple of walking forwards already for the Catalans Dragons, which is not good signs. But this time, working it out very slowly as they come back through the middle, and another forward getting back there to do some help as they get towards the 40 on tackle number 4. Leeming at acting half. He's got some numbers on that edge. Gets the ball out to Dodd. He steps back off the left foot, and he's tackled just into Hull FC territory. Ball goes back to Sexton. He's got plenty of height under this one. He kicks it downfield, get down to the 10. Moy's got it. He takes it safely and then runs out towards the 20, where he's met by 3 Dragons players. And they will start the set from 20 metres out. So Hull FC trying to extend this lead that they picked up in the early stages through a try to Logan Moy as they work the ball out towards the 40. They're coming back through the middle on this occasion. They're going to give the ball some air. Caesar's got it. He slips it out to Moy, and he's tackled just short of halfway. 15 metres in from touch. They'll head back towards the centre. Big SA being asked to do plenty of work in the early stages. Again, he's taking 2 and 3 tacklers to bring him down. They go back to Caesar to put the left footer up in the air, and the ball goes down deep, only a couple of metres out. Charlie Staines stretches that back leg to try and get his foot in goal, but still about a metre short, has to run it out and find some support as the Dragons are out towards the 20 on tackle number 1. Come back through towards the middle as they work it forward. Still players walking back, trying to get behind the football. Costa, he's one of them. He needs to get behind the football and help his teammates out as Leeming gets into acting half. I'll go back towards the centre. Here he is, the Costa. He's got a player back on his inside and doing a little bit of work there. Sonak in the early stages. They come out through the middle and doing some work through the forwards is Sexton. They give it to Dodd. Dodd says, let's get out of here. Let's put up a kick. It goes down deep, and taking it pretty safely there is Barron. Now he'll work this one out from his own end before he's met and tackled. Gets to his feet, plays the ball. They're going to go back through the middle FC, try and work this forward pack over as after only 7.5 minutes on the Catalans Sports Tour scoreboard, it's still Hull FC 6, leading the Dragons 0. Sexton getting in there and doing some defensive work for his teammates as FC go the short side, and good, very strong run by Ethan O'Neill. The ball's been turned over. He tried to get the offload away, and in the end, it's the ball for the Dragons. So now, who have they got? Kotrick. There's been a blue in centre field. Play's been stopped in there. Burra is in there for Hull FC. And a couple of players having a... again, Amir wants to be in the middle of the action. He was pulled away from the fight by his teammates, and something was said by one of the Catalans Dragons players, and he's run back in to get involved. Now, the referee has blown this one up. Touch judges are in. Let's see if we're going to see any action. We'll stop the clock as well. They had the ball, the Dragons, and now the referee is going to call out a number of players, but play had continued. It was from where the previous play the ball had taken place, and a little bit of a blow up between the man playing the football and also the first marker. So both sides getting into huddles to try and calm this one down. It was a good run from Ethan O'Neill. They went short side, beat a Leeming tackle, just dropped the ball backwards. Now, Leeming jumped on it, and then Bura jumped on him, and then he got up, and then Leeming just pushed Bura, and then Amir struck back. So that's where the push and shoves happen. Aiden Caesar being spoken to now, and looks as though the penalty is going to go to Catalans as the local crowd starting to fire up. As soon as there's a few punches thrown, or a little bit of push and shove anyway, excites everyone. Still waiting to see what the referee's going to do here. There's only 8 minutes gone in this one. And Aiden Caesar's out there. Another player being called out. And here's Cruz Leeming as well for Catalans. And now the referee doing all the talking. Garcia's in there as well. Ben Garcia, Aiden Caesar in with their players. Aiden Caesar wanting full explanation of what's going on. So being explained to him now. Telling Caesar to tell his players to calm it down. So, chance now for Catalans they'll get the penalty from all of that, and after all the talking, we'll go back to 13 on 13 as they get the ball out, and early hit up for Josh Allen. He's brought down inside the 30. Leeming looking for runners. Gets the ball out to Sexton. And Sexton's got one of his second rowers out there on that left-hand edge, but there's no way through as Hull FC muscle up. They get the ball back out to Staines on a run-around play. He's trying to dance through. He gets a long ball out to the left-hand side. It hits the ground but bounces up nicely. And now they've found a gap through as Spiro Boucher is tackled only 10 metres out on that left edge. Going for a run is Mackinson. He gets the ball back on the inside. A little bit of looks as though the ball has come free as there was pressure from everywhere. James Bell has dived through to try and knock the ball down, and in the end, they're going to rule that the Dragons have knocked that one on. So it's going to be a changeover and a chance, no, it's a scrum, in fact, for Hull FC. So that was the first shot that the Dragons had. Atkinson got driven towards that far touchline and then just flicked the ball back on the inside. There was good support from James Bell in defence for his teammates trying to put some pressure on the player trying to pick up the ball, and in the end, knock-on has been ruled. So, FC from the centre of the field from the scrum. And the ball goes out to Barron, and now there's a penalty against Dragons inside the 10. A chance now for a relieving penalty as Bura will take this ball and give it across to Caesar, who can kick the ball down deep, and he finds great metres for that touch finder. Found touch just 5 metres short of halfway as they take the tap, and a couple of long passes goes back to Caesar, who has SASA running in underneath. Ball 8 metres short of halfway on tackle number 1. Tried to get a little bit expansive in the early stages, as this time they go to Ethan O'Neill, a couple of passes off the ruck, but he's tackled just short of halfway. Go back to Caesar through the middle. Very fast ball through to Bell. Bell's able to bump off one runner, and then they come again and bring him down just short of halfway. They're going to go the short side. They've got numbers. The ball looked forward. Referee says yes. Arthur had Batchelor on his outside. Slipped the ball to Batchelor. Batchelor had to reach back and get it. And the referee's going to say that that is a forward pass. But just as it was looking exciting for Hull FC, it's going to be a scrum for the Dragons, 5 metres short of halfway, centre field. And on the Catalans Sports Tour scoreboard, Hull FC 6, leading Catalans 0 after 11 minutes of play. Chance for all the players to catch their breath. Sexton's going to feed this scrum. And I'll go out to the left-hand side, as there's not a lot of room to be for the players to move, so they'll come back towards the middle on this occasion, and Navarrete gets the ball and goes forward, pulled down 8 metres into Hull FC territory. Bell standing over the top of him. He gets up, he plays the ball, they get it out to DaCosta. He's got Sexton on his outside. Sexton's got runners back underneath. And Roger Smith, in fact, Garcia is tackled just 30 metres out. They get it back to DaCosta. Flicked it back through on the inside to Sexton. The ball's been coughed up, and Hull FC have got the ball back. The ball just cannoned off one of the chests of the players, and all of a sudden Hull FC have been able to scurry over and pick it up, and now it's a chance for them to go onto the attack. They're going to go through on the right-hand side. Not a lot of room to move. The outside back's getting up very quickly for the Dragons as they decide to spread it to the left. Here goes Caesar. He's looking for runners. He's able to step through the line, but they bring him down 10 metres into Dragons territory. Bora gets into acting half. He's got SASA on his right-hand side. He goes forward, and Herman's tackled. 30 metres out, centre field. They'll again press to the right-hand side. Bell's got some support, gets it to Arthur. Arthur bringing back Moy underneath, and Moy's tackled just 20 metres out. Tackle 5. Ball will go across to Arthur, who puts the ball up. Chasers coming through. There's plenty of Dragons support there, but it's been picked up by the Hull FC side. They flick the ball out wide to Lewis Martin, and Martin's going to crash over in the corner. And a kick that was well placed by Jacob Arthur has been well chased by teammates. They've been able to tap it back, and all of a sudden Lewis Martin out on the outside has picked up his 9th try for the season, and Hull FC have been able to extend their lead to 10-0 in just 13 minutes. Arthur kicked the ball through beautifully, got plenty of air under it, gave his chasers plenty of time. Ball was tapped back, and did a great job to get through. Ethan O'Neill tapping it back, and then the ball went out to Arthur Romano, who was able to then flick the ball across over the top of a defender, and all of a sudden Lewis Martin was there, jolly on the spot, and it is 10-0. That's on the Cheers Boston replay. So, great start for the visitors, and after only 14 minutes of play, they lead 10-0. Aiden Caesar's about to have another shot at goal. The left footer. We'll aim this one back towards the post. So, plenty of action still to come over the weekend. 4 live games tomorrow. They'll all be simultaneous. There's 2 championship games, 2 Super League games. Of course, we've still got plenty of time left in this one as Caesar lines it up, hits the post, ball bounces away, and it remains 10-0 on the Catalans Sports Tour scoreboard in favour of Hull FC. So now, what have Catalans got? They've got to bring the ball back and try and get into the game. It's been all Hull FC in the early stages of this one. And again, players in front of the kick from the kickoff. Referee wasn't able to see what was going on behind her. But a chance now for FC to work this one out from their own end. And SASA takes the first hit up. He brings the ball 13 metres out from the line. Get the ball out to O'Neill. And O'Neill is stepping into the defence. He's tackled just short of the 20. Going from a dummy half is Bura. And he's tackled. In fact, gets the ball away to Hill, who then has to take the tackle. And he's brought down 30 metres out from his own line. Bell this time on that right edge, trying to break the tackle. Quick play the ball. They're able to get forward. Going forward this time is Moy. And Moy is tackled just into Catalans territory. Ball goes back to Caesar. He puts the ball up nice and high, chasing through hard. Staines catches it on the full, but there's no way through. And the first tackle was made 20 metres out from the Dragons line. As they try and put this one under the arm and work the ball forward. Not a lot of room to move in the early stages of this one as the Dragons go back onto the attack. Espiro Bichet with a hit up, and it's followed by Daryl Latour. He's taking the ball up. He's leaning, going for a run, getting the ball up into Hull FC territory. They're just 5 metres into the opposition's territory as Staines goes for a run on the left-hand side of the field. He's brought down 30 metres out, getting into acting half as Dodd. gives the ball over to Sexton. Sexton puts the kick up. Chasers coming through. Moy's back there, gets up nice and high and takes it. And in the end, that one has been diffused. Now a chance for Hull FC to work this one out as they put it down. Harvey Barron puts the ball down, and all of a sudden it's the Catalans Dragons on the attack. Kotrick, ball goes out to him. He bumps off the first tackle, comes to the next line of defence, bumps off another. Aiden Caesar goes in to try and make the tackle. Ball goes back out to Garcia, and Garcia, he's brought down just 10 metres out. Plenty of interference in the play of the ball, but Leeming picks it up. He manages to hang on to the football. He had to put it underneath the arm against the breadbasket to make sure he held on to that one. As they just calm it down a little bit, the ball goes back out to Josh Allen, and Allen is brought down only 3 metres out from the Hull FC line. They come back to the right to Costa. Dummies and goes himself, and he's brought down just 2 metres short. Plenty of tackles here up their sleeve. They go back out to Sexton, and Sexton trying to shrug off a tackle, and then he's hitting a high one, and it's going to be a penalty to the Dragons. Catalans have got a chance here to score some points as they take the tap and go forward. And with the first hit up, it's Navarrete. He's brought down just short of the line. Leeming gets the ball out, trying to dance his way through his Staines, and Staines is able to squeeze through the smallest of openings, and the Dragons have responded after trailing 10-0 in the early stages. It's 10-4 with a kick to come on the Catalan Sports Tours scoreboard. Not a lot doing on this right-hand side. They flicked the ball back to Charlie Staines, and he stepped off the right foot, back on the left foot, saw a gap in the defensive line. Leeming got the ball out to Staines. One of the Hull FC players charged up in the line, and all of a sudden there was a big gap through there. Just stepped through in between a couple of players, including Ethan O'Neill, and Charlie Staines gets through for another try. Been a very good season for him. About to see the conversion take place. It's all of the replay action for Cheers Boston. Chance now for Espiro Bichet to try and add the extras. He lines it up. Plenty of time over the football. And he kicked it. So, after 19 minutes of play in this game in France, is Hull FC 10, leading Catalan Dragon 6 on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. Garcia just been spoken to by the referee after that try was scored. Referee, they're going to allow play to get back underway. The referee blows time back on, and the ball goes down deep and bounces nicely. Picked up by Josh Allen, and Allen rumbles into the defensive line and is brought down 15 metres out from his own try line. Get up, number 2 goes to Navarrete, and he's over the 20-metre line before they finally get him to ground. Leeming going from acting half, trying to catch the markers napping. He's only able to pinch 10 metres to Costa. He's going to do the same, and he's up towards halfway before they finally bring him down on tackle number 4. This has been a good set for the Dragons. Here goes Leeming again from acting half. He's got support on the outside, gets the ball out, and no room through for Roger Smith out there, and he's brought down just 15 metres into Hull FC territory. High kick goes up. It's going back there is Logan Moy, and Moy able to take it under plenty of pressure. And now penalty for Hull FC with the Dragons in front of the kicker. So a penalty now 10 metres out from their own line. Arthur kicks that one deep into the stand. Gets the ball 30 metres out from his own line. So a little bit of relieving pressure from the penalty. So now Hull FC, they lead by 4, but you can just feel the momentum starting to swing the other way as they work it out towards halfway. And this is tackle number 3. They get the ball out to Caesar. He's got some support on the outside, and they get the ball out to Lewis Martin on the wing. And Martin is tackled. The SA leads the field. They come back through the middle, and this time it's O'Neill tackled, just 28 metres out from the Dragons line on 4th tackle. They'll go back to the right on this occasion. Gets the ball out to Arthur. He's got some support. Caesar. He's linked up with his half, and in the end, it's Harvey Barron who's brought down just inside that far touchline. Ball goes to Arthur. He kicks over the top. Chasers coming through. Kotrick there, trying to take it, and he takes it safely on his own line, and then is able to crawl a couple of metres into the field of play. And now it's the Dragons who have to work it out from their own end, and it's Hull FC really starting to muscle up. 3 tackles have been made already, and the Dragons haven't gone 5 metres. Leeming getting in there to acting half, looking for a runner in the early stages to try and relieve some of this pressure. And tackles made just short of the 20-metre line. Leeming again looking for runners. He threw the ball. He was looking for a player 10 or 15 metres away, but Charlie Staines got in between him and that player, and the ball has ricocheted off Staines, and all of a sudden he put some pressure on his side with Staines coughing up the ball. Don't think it was for Charlie. I think he was looking for player wide of the ruck, try and give themselves a bit more room. So it's going to be a scrum to Hull FC, and they are only 20 metres out. So a good attacking spot. Martin's going to feed the scrum. So they'll head back towards the middle. Arthur got Caesar. Caesar gets the ball out to Moy. Moy dances off the right foot and comes back on the inside, and he's brought down 10 metres out. Chance, really good chance here as the ball goes out to Sao, and he's tackled 3 metres out right in front of the sticks. They're going to go to the left. They've got numbers. Arthur looking for O'Neill underneath, and high shot, another one. I guess who's involved, DaCosta. They've run in a couple of head slaps for him. You can just see this one getting a little bit fiery. O'Neill, Nixon coughing a high shot again as the ball went out to Arthur. Arthur just slipped it back in underneath, and then not a lot in it. DaCosta had left the ground. He jumped up to make the tackle, and as he was falling, Ethan just copped one across the head. So a penalty now for Hull FC, and a chance for them to stretch this lead out to 6. They lead 10-6 on the Catalans Sports Tour scoreboard, and they had the running of the first 12-13 minutes of the match. So the Dragons have just been able to work a little bit of momentum back their way. So a chance to stretch this back out to 6 points. Yep, that's what they're going to do. So Eden Caesar very quick to tell the referee that the 2 points are on offer, and we'll take that. Ethan O'Neill still being looked at by the trainer. He's down on his knees. He's got back to his feet now. Aiden Caesar will line this one up. So the penalty is 13 metres out from the line, 20 metres in from touch. I think Aiden's be eating this one for breakfast. He's had the 2 kicks at goal tonight. He's been able to convert 1. So they lead 10-6. 24 minutes gone in this one between Hull FC and the Catalans Dragons. And Caesar had a fantastic career. Played at a number of clubs, both in the UK and in Australia. He has kicked the goal. So now 12 points to 6 on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. Hull FC stretching that lead. So now they'll get the football back. Ball comes back to halfway. Yeah, back underway as the ball is kicked down deep. And it has been well picked up, and the ball goes out. Oh, now there's been a little bit of a push and shove in that first play the ball, and all of a sudden, the Sayer has cocked the ball up in the first tackle. Now, they got the ball out to Sayo. He got hit by Kotrick, and then two other players came in to help. And all of a sudden, Liggy has just lost the ball in the tackle. So, crucial mistake. Captain's challenge. They're just going to suggest that maybe there was something not right in that. So, challenge has been made by Hull FC. And they're just going to have a look at this one. Kotrick just went in with the shoulder. It was just a full-on shoulder charge. No wrapping of the arm. What are they going to rule? And hit the ground, and the ball was dislodged by Garcia's arm. Garcia wasn't playing at the football. Have a look on the Cheers Boston replay. And waiting for the decision. The captain's challenge has been rejected. Unsuccessful. And FC will lose that challenge. So a chance now for the Dragons. They are going to set the scrum. 10 metres in from touch. 12 metres out. Big chance here to level up. Sexton calling out a couple of plays. Barrel Latour getting in there into the scrum, so they'll be going to the open side. As Sexton feeds it, Leamy picks it up at lock and then gets the ball out to Staines, and Staines flicks the ball on. The tackle's made, only 12 metres out. Chance now as Allen goes forward. Oh, he's been good tonight, and he gets the ball up 3 metres out. Big barnstorming run. Leamy goes back to the left-hand side. De Costa trying, looking for runners, but then in the end, plants his left foot and decides to go himself. He's tackled 10 metres out. Leeming looking for runners. He's been good tonight as well. Gets the ball out to Allen. Allen gets it out to Sexton, and Sexton takes the tackle 10 metres out centre field. They'll come back to the right again, and going up for another strong run this time is Busquet, and he's tackled just short of the line. They go back to the left. De Costa gets the ball out to Sexton, who kicks over the top. The ball's been knocked up. It's been picked up by Hull FC, and now it's a foot race. Hull FC up over the 50, the 40. They get to the 30. The tackle is made. Charlie Staines racing back to make the tackle. All of a sudden, the ball is now back into Hull FC's hands, and they're looking to run this one forward as Harvey Hill gets forward for his side. He's only 18 metres out when the tackle's made on tackle number 2. Great heads-up football by Hull FC. Ball goes out to Caesar. He's looking for runners. The ball goes out even wider. And in the end, Romano is tackled out on that left edge. He gets to his feet inside the 10. Martin at acting half gets the ball out to Caesar. He has to wait for that one. The ball goes out and it finds Burra, and he's tackled in centre field. Bell getting into acting half this time. They've got one play left. The ball heads out to Big Sam Lasonac, and he's tackled just short of the line. Last tackle, Arthur gets the ball out to Caesar. Caesar looking for his winger, and the ball goes out to Harvey Barron, but they're going to save forward. Oh, the try, he was over the line. Referees called it forward. It didn't look very good. As we have a look at that one on replay, beautiful ball from Arthur out to Caesar, and then Caesar, forward for sure. Harvey Barron catching that one, probably a metre in front of where Caesar threw the ball from. And on the Cheers Boston replay, referees got that one spot on as Hull FC hang on to that 6-point lead. So have a look what happened when Toby Sexton put the kick through. It was knocked up, and then all of a sudden it became a foot race. It was really heads up by Joe Batchelor. Just knocked the ball up. As he's a tall man, Sexton didn't get there quite high enough, and then from that, he was able to knock the ball up, pick it up, and then race away. But they were able to come across in cover. Some great football in the early stages of this one as we still have 10 minutes to go in this first half with Catalans hosting Hull FC. As they put the ball under the arm, trying to get forward is Ben Condon, who's got onto the field. As mentioned before, Busquets out there as well, so a couple of changes made by Cartwright in the early stages. Josh Allen having a rest with Condon getting out there. They've already made a couple of changes as Ben Garcia puts the ball under his arm and he's into Hull FC territory, but they're starting to burn through the tackles. Leeming takes a run from dummy half, gets it out to DaCosta, gets it to Sexton. Sexton's got some support. They're going to go to that left-hand edge and throw it out, but no way through as Mackinson has tackled 40 metres out. Ball goes over to Sexton, who puts the ball up nice and high. It's going to come down on the 10. Really good take by Logan Moy. And from defence, he turns it into attack and heads upfield. And he's brought down 29 metres out from his own line. That was a good play from the fullback, getting his side going forward. So they're going to try and push through the middle again as they're being asked to muscle up as Bura gets into acting half. They come back to the right-hand side and trying to break the tackle. Unable to do so is Bell. They'll go back to the right. They've got Arthur. He's got some support, bringing players in underneath as the ball goes out to Litton. He's been quiet tonight as Litton is tackled 30 metres out from the Catalans Dragons line on last tackle. They go over to Arthur. He has to step around a defender, puts the ball up nice and high, but just lost a little bit of momentum as the ball goes out to Mackinson, and he's put the ball down on the ground. So Barron's come through and then knocked it on as well. So we're going to see a scrum. Mackinson getting up nice and high, but just jumped over the top of it, and as he was coming through, Barron the ball bounced off Barron as well, so we're going to see a knock-on against both players. Now, some talk that we'd see a challenge from the Dragons, but in the end, they decide to hang on to their challenge, and it's going to be a scrum feed to Hull FC, an important part of the game. As Barron grabs the football, he's going to feed it. Arthur first off the scrum base, and the ball comes out, and they get it out to Caesar and flick the ball out even wider. So the tackle is made on Moy. Gets to his feet, plays it. They're only 10 metres out. Caesar has to stop and prop for that one. They get it out to Sau, and he's tackled just 10 metres out. He's centre field as they get into acting half. Bura, he's got some support on the right-hand side. They get it out to Caesar. Caesar's just going to take the tackle, and he's 10 metres out. 3 tackles through this set. They're going to come back to the middle, and taking that one is Bell. And Bell, he's met and asked to play it 8 metres out. They go to Arthur on the left-hand side. He's dummying again, and he's brought down 4 metres out. Last tackle, they'll go back to Caesar. Caesar's looking for a kick over the top. Gets it out to Barron. Barron flies high and then just drops the ball at the crucial time, but he's saying that he was tackled in the air as he was trying to take the ball down to the try line. What's the referee going to rule? It was a good kick across from Caesar, and Barron flying through. They're going to say no try, so the referee's just going to speak with the video ref. Mackinson getting in there to give his 5 cents worth as ball went over to Barron. Mackinson grabbed Barron before he had hold of the football, and you can see why Harvey had a bit to say when he got up from the Cheers Boston replay. So the ball went over to Caesar. Caesar kicked over the top. He was centre field, kicked to the right edge. Barron left, and as he was trying to corral the football in the air, it was Mackinson who just grabbed him. A big decision here. Aaron did a pretty good job to get his hands on the football. Mackinson was going to be out left for sure and certain, and once he realised what was going on, he decided to make a play, make a tackle on the player. And Lasone, he was remonstrating with the referee as soon as he saw Barron pulled down. Video ref making the decision, keeping in mind that it went up, no try on the field. Decision about to be made. So we're going to see a penalty. Penalty to Hull FC. Tackled in the air, Harvey Barron. So a chance for Hull FC to extend this lead. 8 minutes short of half time. I've got them on the rack. Having a look over to the bench. Are we taking the two? Are we going to roll the football? Roll it again. Have to think. It's wide on the field. It's 10 metres in from the far touchline, the right-hand side. Now, player being spoken to. Looks like they're going to have a shot at goal. Batchelor's out there having a chat with the referee now. They have signalled it for the shot. So they're going to try and extend this lead. Aiden Caesar will place the tee down 22 metres out. 10 metres in. So not an easy kick. They lead by 6 on the Catalans Sports Tour scoreboard. And they're going to try and extend this to 8. So the time past 32 minutes in this first half. So, Caesar lines it up, kicks it towards the post. He's raised the flags, and another 2 points from a penalty for Hull FC, and they stretch their lead to 14 points to 6 on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. Aiden Caesar had a good night with the boot, 3 from 4. Of course, 2 tries as well. 1 to Lewis Martin and 1 to Logan Moy. So we're back underway. As Spiro Boucher gets the ball down deep. Arthur catches it, hands it off to Big Liggy, and he's up over the 12 or the 10-metre line before he's met and tackled. Yeah, looking for Lasone this time, coming off the back fence, and he's up over the 20 on tackle number 2. So a couple of good runs in the early stages of this one, as they'll go from acting half and the ball getting up towards the halfway line on tackle number 3. We go back to the right-hand side. On this occasion, it's Bell. Bell's tackled. Getting into acting half is Hutchinson, who's out there. Ooh, pass from acting half, look forward. What's the referee going to rule? Yep, that's been well picked up by the touch judge. Gave the referee the heads up. Will Hutchinson out there and flicked the ball off the ground. Probably helped the touchy that the fact the tackle was made right on the 40. So the pass was thrown. There was the line giving some good perception for the touch judge, and the ball was definitely forward. So a chance now for the Dragons to try and trim this lead. They trail by 8 as the scrum is set. It goes out to Kotrick on the right-hand side, and he's running into Aiden Caesar. But also in there to lend a hand was Romano. So they'll go back towards the centre, Leeming, running a plays as the ball goes out to Condon, and Condon is tackled. They get it out to Sexton. Sexton to Dodd. Dodd gets it out to Staines. He has to stutter step and go back around his teammates, and then he's tackled 20 metres out from the Hull FC line. Gets to his feet, plays the ball. They go to the left-hand side. Sexton gets it out to Dodd. Dodd, short ball. That might have looked a touch forward too, but the tackle's made 3 metres out, trying to get to his feet as they come back to the centre. Ball comes out, get it out to Busquet, and he's met and tackled 10 metres out. The referee's found an infringement. Leeming goes back to the left, gets the ball to Dodd. Dodd stops and props and decides to come back. He chips over the top. Staines flying through, but back there is Aiden Caesar, and Caesar's able to catch that one and diffuse the situation for Hull FC. That was an interesting kick going over the top so early in the tackle count, and now Hull FC working it out from their own end. Harvey Barron puts his hand up and gets the ball 30 metres out from his own line. Davey Litton in there doing some work, and he's 8 metres short of halfway when he's brought down on tackle number 3. Hutchinson getting into acting half, looking for Aseo, and he's up towards halfway when he's brought down on tackle number 4. Now the ball's just spurted out there as he tried to play it. Referee's going to call it up. Well, looked as though he was going to get away with that one, and all of a sudden referee says, no, we're going to infringement, incorrect play of the ball against Liggy. And a chance now for the Dragons to set up shop inside Hull FC territory. So referee has ruled an incorrect play of the ball as the ball goes back to the Dragons. They'll work this one into attacking territory and a chance for a good attacking kick towards the end of this set. As the ball goes to Sexton, he's got Dot on his outside, he flicks the ball out, and the tackle is made 30 metres out. That was Roger Smith on the outside. They give the ball back through the middle, trying to get something going as Garcia. And Garcia is tackled centre field. 3 Hull FC players in there to make the tackle. Leeming's going to go back to the left, gives it to Dodd. Dodd dances off that left foot, trying to get an arm free, but can't, succumbs in the tackle. 22 metres out from the line. They come back through Sexton. Sexton running at the line, looking for someone to give the ball to, decides to keep going himself. Great pass to Leeming, and Leeming's going to score. What a try that was. Toby Sexton, he was dancing through defenders, and all of a sudden he could hear Leeming up on his outside. He threw the ball, couldn't see him, just threw the ball up in the air, and Leeming was able to grab it and score. And somewhat against the run of play, it's 14-10 with a kick to come. Dragons back in it. Let's have a look at this Cheers Boston replay. It was Sexton just running through, beat one tackle from Bell. He had 2 players trying to secure the ball, but he could hear Leeming up on his inside, and he just threw the ball back. Cruz was there, but great play from Toby Sexton. Of course, we'll head back to Australia in 2027 and play for the North Sydney Bears. But Leeming, Perth Bears, as he gets a 4-pointer and stretches, or in fact narrows this gap. So it's been good. Now, just waiting for this one to be confirmed. Referee's in there. Didn't see too much wrong with it. It's 14-10 at this stage. Still, Spiro Bichet hasn't been cleared to have the shot. Now, time off. I don't know what's going on here, but the try has been confirmed. So, a few little nervous worries, but in the end, that has been confirmed. So it's 14-10 with a kick to come on the Catalans Sports Tour scoreboard, and Guillermo will try and add the extras and cut this lead back to 2. Didn't hit the first one all that convincingly. Plenty of height under it. See what he does with this one. Takes an absolute age over the football. Moves through. Right foot strikes it. Time back on. And he's nailed it. So it is 14-12 in favour of Hull FC. Great play from Toby Sexton. A journeyman in his time at the NRL. Spent some time at the Bulldogs last year. Made his way across to the other side of the world, but was very quickly picked up by the Perth Bears. So, 30 seconds short of half time. Hull FC lead 14-12. We've got it placed on the C. going to drive this one down deep in. Will be the Dragons working it out. So they have something, a trick play up their sleeve as Condon takes it, and he's tackled 15 metres out from his own line. Leeming getting in there, scheming. Ball goes to Garcia. He flicks the ball onto Biscay, and Biscay's tackled. And just about it. Still a little bit of push and shove. They might have got a penalty there for a high shot. Now, Leeming trying to grab the ball and kick the ball deep. A penalty given on half-time. And now the penalty kick goes up to halfway. So now, here we go. This is it. Last tackle. The ball goes out to Dodd. He flicks it to Stade. Staines dancing, getting the ball back on the left-hand side. They flick the ball over to Aspiro Bichet, and he's dropped it. It's been picked up by Hull FC, and in the end, that will be the end of the first half. So, quite exciting towards the end there. 14-12 at the break on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. It's been 2 tries for Hull FC, 1 to Logan Moy, who opened the scoring in the early stages, and Lewis Martin has also scored. Aidan Caesar, 3 from 4. A couple of penalty goals included there in those 2 shots. So that makes up the 14 points for Hull FC. For the Catalans Dragons, 2 tries, 1 to Charlie Staines, 1 to Cruz Leeming, and it has been 2 from 2 for Guillermo Aspiro Bichet. 14-12 at the break in this one in the south of France. Back for the second half very, very soon.
Do you want to hang up and ring me back, mate?
I don't mind, mate. Hang on. It's all right. All good.
Okay, mate. I think everyone can hear us, so I won't have a long conversation with you, but it's going great.
Sweet. 4 games tomorrow covering 4 live games. They're all simultaneous, 2 championship, 2 Super League games. And concentrate on tomorrow after we get through the 40 minutes in this one with Hull FC leading at half-time 14 points to 12 over the Catalans Dragons. So, referee's about to blow time back on. Spiro Boucher kicks the ball down deep, down to Arthur. Well, flicks the ball over to Sao, and he's up towards the 10 before he's tackled. The FC team with the ball in the early stages, Lassonne, he puts his hand up for a hit-up. Gets the ball out towards the 20. He's pushed back to the ground as he tries to get to his feet, but the referee lets that one slide as the ball goes out a little bit wider. And it's Ethan O'Neill out on that left edge trying to break through the defence, but they tackle him. And he's brought down 20 metres short of halfway. Now, penalty is given. As tackle was made by Toby Sexton, and then he grabbed at the leg. Player was trying to get to his feet. So it's going to be a penalty to Hull FC, and Arthur will kick the ball down deep. Good touch finder too. That found touch 35 metres out from the Catalans line, as taking the tap and charging at the line is Romano. As he gets up and plays it, Caesar runs at the line and he's tackled 20 metres short of the try line. Got options both sides. Hutchison gets into acting half. He comes to the right-hand side. They flick it over to Sao, and he's on an underneath run, and he's tackled inside the 20, but in centre field, Hutchison looking for direction at acting half, gives the ball out to Caesar. He's got Arthur with him. Arthur looks to go and might have run behind one of his own players, effectively giving himself up, but he's tackled 10 metres out. They've still got 2 tackles left. They flick the ball over to Bell. Bell just puts the ball under the arm and runs towards the line. He's brought down 3 metres short. He'll get up on last. They flick the ball over to Aiden Caesar. Caesar, long ball out, gets the ball out to Litton. Litton trying to get to the line. He stretches out. He puts the ball down, and the referee's going to point to the spot and say 4-pointer. What a start the second half. So it was great hands. They got the ball out to Davey Litton, and he was just trying to stretch the arm at full reach. Now, as he's put the ball down, the ball squirted out. So they're going to have a look at this one. Referee was happy, pointed to the spot, given the 4 points, but now the video ref will get involved and have a look. Litton had the ball in the right arm. He reaches out, gets to the line. He's pretty confident he scored on the Cheers Boston replay. Long ball, cut-out pass from Caesar to Litton. Litton, he had players all around him. Spiro Boucher was around his legs and stopped his progress. But with his go-gadget arms, stretching out towards the try line, yeah, looks pretty good. As long as the ball was put down on the line, the referee will be able to give that. Harvey Barron having a look at the referee to see whether she was going to award the 4 points. No. Let's hear what the video refs got involved, and we're going to have a look. Keeping in mind that the referee on the field said try. The video ref getting involved on this one. Litton coming at the defence, reached out, and the short. Ryan Cox, the video referee. Arm out. Left arm down to give himself some leverage. Kept that right arm off the ground so he could be at full stretch when he put it down. Look, ball, it could only be ruling him as short. He held on to the ball. It's just whether he got to the try line. So, video ref about to make the decision. This try not going to be awarded. And they're going to say knock on. Video ref says he lost, or he's put the ball down short and then it's gone away. Knock on. So 14-12, we go back to our halftime score. Wow, big decision made. I've had 15 looks and I thought it was a try. So Sexton will feed the scrum for the Dragons. LFC have copped it pretty well. There's not too much complaining on the field as the scrum is fed, and Leeming picks it up at the base of the scrum and flicks the ball out as they try and work it out from their own ends. Tackles made on the 25, trying to get some of these outside backs in to do some work as Daryl Latour gets the ball up towards the 40 on tackle number 2. Leeming, he's scheming and acting half, gets the ball back, and on this occasion it's Biscay who's tackled just short of halfway. They're going to go back through the middle and trying to find a way through is Condon, and Condon is tackled 10 metres into Hull FC territory. Leeming again, picking the ball up, decides to go for a scurry, but gets the ball away. Sexton on jolly on the spot, picks the ball up. Now he's looking for a runner. This is all very disorganised. Throws the ball back to Garcia, and Garcia, he puts the ball under the arm and goes towards the goal line, but he's still 25 metres out. Ball goes to Sexton on last. He kicks it, chases, charging through, trying to get there. They had a couple, including Mackinson, but it's been well picked up.
Still there, mate?
Line. It's last tackle. Leeming's picked it up. He kicks it through. The ball's going through, and it's been picked up by Roger Smith. Roger Smith chases the kick through and scores, and it's going to be a 4-pointer for the Catalans Dragons. They're back in it, and they're going to take the lead at 16-14. What a turn of events. They're able to work the ball up the ground, and all of a sudden, Leeming on last tackle, he was running around looking for something, decided to put a kick through, and it was Roger Smith charging through. And on the Chiz Boston replay, it was great attacking play from Leeming, who's been great. He could see that there was a big gap in the defensive line. If he could kick that ball through, he found the gap, and he had Roger Smith charging through, trying to make the tackle was Barron, but in the end, a 4-pointer for the Dragons, and they've hit the front 16-14. That try being disallowed just after half-time might come back to be very costly. So on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard, it is 16 points to 14 in favour of the Dragons, as Guillermo will try and add the extras. Spiro Bichet lines this one up. So 6.5 minutes into the second half. And that's their first lead of the evening. Try confirmed by the video ref. Just wonder how much that disallowed try will take out of the sails of the Hull FC team. Because Dragons have raced up the other end and scored. So, Gilbert, Aiton Age over the ball. Moves through and strikes it. All very slow, but it all works well. And he's kicked another one. So it is now 18 points to 14 in favour of Catalans. And the home crowd getting up and excited for that one. Leeming, great player. He's been in everything that they've done this evening. And they now lead by 4. Still over half an hour to go in this one. We'll see the ticker of Hull FC. What have they got? As the referee blows time back on, they kick the ball down deep. And they're going to have to work it out of their own end, and they get the ball to Condon. And he's up and tackled and met on the 15 metres out from his own line. He's slow up to play that ball. And they've got to try and work it out from their own end. It looks as though Hull FC are going to muscle up in this set of 6 as the ball goes out to Cottrich, and he's up over the 30 on tackle number 3. And he's slow play the ball. They're holding him down for a long time. Leeming going from acting half. He flicks the ball out to Dodd. Dodd comes to the first line of defence and pushes away from one, and then runs towards halfway, and he's tackled just short of that as we get to tackle number 4. Leeming again picks the ball up and goes himself. Gets it out to Biscay. Nice flick pass back to Leeming. He gets the ball out to Espiro Bichet, and he's tackled 30 metres out. This is last tackle. The ball goes over to Sexton. Sexton kicks it over the top. Mackinson charging through, but the ball has been touched by Hull FC. That'll be 6 more tackles. The ball goes out to Garcia. Now, referee's going to stop play. We're going to see knock-ons from about 4 players. And we're going to say the first knock-on was against Hull FC. So a chance now for the Dragons to extend this 4-point lead. So scrum will be set 20 metres out from the Hull FC line, 20 metres in from touch. Kick went up. One of the Hull FC players just knocking it on, trying to get through and make the catch. Would have been Batchelor, I think. And Davey Litton was in there with hands. He tried to knock the ball down. So just knock-ons everywhere. And in the end, the ball goes back to the Dragons as they set this one up through Charlie Staines. Ball comes to Garcia, and he runs straight at the defensive line, and we've got a penalty. Hull FC all inside the 10. So chance now to stretch this lead to 6. Penalty right in front of the sticks. Garcia having a quick chat with Sexton. They're going to take the 2. So Guillermo will get a chance for a cup of tea, I think. Lines this one up. So on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard, it is 18-14 with this penalty. They have to run the tee out to him. It's going to take 20 seconds for that to happen, and then we've got to have this shot at goal. But the wheels have completely fallen off Hull FC. They came out from the break and everything was great. They were going forward because though Litton had scored the right-hand corner. Video ref said no try, and now they've given up a try, and after leading by 2 at the break, they're about to be behind by 6. So, waiting for Guillermo to have this shot at goal. More interested in what's being said to the referee at the moment. All right, so he kicks it. Didn't take too long over that one. And it's 18 points to 14. So again, 20 points to 14 with the 2 points. So on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard, 2014 in favour of Catalan. So we come back to halfway again. And this set of 6 all important. Oh, well, now we have finally seen a penalty given for a player being in front of the kicker at a kickoff. And the player was 5 metres in front of the kicker. And now players remonstrating with one another. This might get messy. Penalty to the Catalans, and they're going to find touch 30 metres out from Hull FC line. Feel another try coming on here for the French team as the ball goes out to Dodd. He's looking for runners, gets it out to Condon. He flicks it out the back to Leeming. The ball gets out to Sexton, and he's got a runner on his outside, and tackle's finally made. A little bit of razzle-dazzle in the early stages of this set. It's Garcia who's going to play the ball. And get it out to Sexton. He flicks it out to Biscay, and he's tackled inside the 20. They're in centre field. Leeming has options both sides. He decides to come to the left. Gives it to Sexton. Gives it to Dodd. Dodd flicks the ball out, and Roger Smith is tackled. 6 again, says the referee. There's a try coming for sure and certain. They're hanging on in the tackles way too long, the FC top side, as Biscay, he goes forward on tackle number 1. He's brought down 5 metres out. They've got right in centre field options both sides. Leeming picks it up, gives it out. They get the ball out to Garcia to Sexton. Sexton, long cut-out pass, and it finds its spot. And try for Darryl Latour in the right corner. What a ball. It was an absolute perler. And all of a sudden, the Dragons are starting to open the shoulders. 24-4 with a kick to come on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. Leo in the corner picks up his 8th try for the season, but it was the pass. It was the pass that was the try. We'll have a look at it on the Cheers Boston replay. Leeming out of dummy half, gives it to Garcia. Garcia gives it out to Sexton. Sexton cuts out 3 players and finds Leo on the right wing. And all he has to do is good pickup. He had to hang on to it, and the defence came across to try and make the tackle, but he slides over in the corner, and that is one for the highlight reel. 24-14, kick to come for the Dragons. And he was able to reel it in, but he then was starting to lose balance, Darryl Latour, and did a great job to keep his feet as the defenders came across. Didn't have to run a long way, but a chance now for Espira Bichet to add the extras to stretch this lead to 12. Guillermo puts a little bit more distance on this one, and he's kicked it from the sideline. Oh, wow. It's all coming up for the Dragons in the second half. 26 points to 14 on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. And the Dragons are starting to put this one to bed. Still 25 minutes to go. But a 12-point lead after trailing at half-time. They're imploding, FC, as, again, the kickoff goes down deep. And they're going to hand the ball out to Condon. And he's going to get the ball away. Tackle hasn't even been made, and they're already looking for some second phase players. Leeming darts through past the 30 on tackle number 1. Slow play the ball. Hull FC inviting another 6 to go for the Catalans Dragons. But in the end, it's Garcia who's put the ball under the arm and got up over halfway on tackle number 2. They come back through the middle, and this time it's Cottridge. In fact, no, Roger Smith, who's tackled just into Hull FC territory. Leeming picks it up at acting half, gives it out to Dodd. Ball bounces off Dodd's hands forward, and they're going to say knock on. And just when everything was starting to look good, Lewis Dodd just takes off the pressure valve. And Hull FC are going to finally get their hands on the football in this second half. Batchelor being spoken to. And scrum will pack 15 metres short of halfway for Hull FC. So Jacob Arthur is going to feed the scrum. They need to score next to get back into this game as the ball goes out from the base of the scrum. I'll try and work it out through Lewis Martin. He's tackled. No way through for him. And then taking up the next hit up is Briscoe. Briscoe's tackled. Getting the ball inside Catalans Dragons territory. They will be able to put through an attacking kick. As the ball comes out to Arthur, defence up very quickly on him. He was looking to use one of his outside players, Romano, but in the end has to take the tackle. Hutchinson into acting half. They go back towards the middle. Batchelor. He's got Caesar. Caesar using a couple of edge runners. The ball comes back to Caesar. He busts a tackle. He's got some support. They flick it out wide. Trying to squeeze through out on that edge is Martin, but he's tackled just short of the line. It's last tackle. Ball goes back to Caesar. Kicks over the top, but Dodd takes it nicely. Good, strong defensive tackle by Romano. Pushes Dodd back towards the try line, but it's the Catalan Dragons who will now work it out from their own end. They're only 12 metres out from their own line on tackle number 2. It's all very one-out stuff from dummy half. There's another strong hit up, that one by Aspiro Boucher. Now Leeming trying to catch these markers. Hutchinson grabs him. He flicks it out the back to Sexton. Sexton thinks he spots some room out on that right side. Comes back through the middle. It all slows down and Sexton is going to take the tackle. He's short of the 40-metre line. They're still in their own territory. Leeming picks the ball up from acting half. Throws the ball out to Condon. He's tackled just into Hull FC territory as in goes Leeming to dummy half again. He takes another dart, kicks over the top. It lands on the foot of Mackinson, who kicks it over the top. And in the end, he's volleyed it over the dead ball line, and it's going to be Hull FC ball. So 26-14 on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard as the timepiece ticks over the 58-minute mark. Just a little kick over the top from Leeming, and Mackinson just getting his foot to the ball. But he volleyed it over the back fence as Barron decides to put the ball under his arm, and he gets towards halfway. They're trying to get themselves another set of 6, jumping to their feet very quickly here, FC, as the ball goes out wide. And going that time, Briscoe on that left edge. They've given the ball back to Caesar as they run over the top of the 30. Something brewing here for Hull FC. Caesar decides to take the tackle. Still a couple of tackles left in this set. Gets to his feet. Pulled down as he tried to stand up again. Batchelor comes back underneath. He's got Hill with him. Hill gets the ball away to Batchelor. Batchelor flings the ball out wide. They've got numbers. They put the ball on the toe, but it's been picked up. And a chance now for the Catalans Dragons to go on to the attack as they find the tackle is made 10 metres short of halfway. And now, chance for the Dragons to take a breath and work this one back through Staines as he dances and falls over and gets back up and goes again. There's no hole for him, but he's found himself into Hull FC territory as the second tackle is made. They get the ball to Leeming. Leeming puts the ball under the arm. Goes forward, tries to pinch a few yards and get a fast play the ball. They hold him up to slow it down just a fraction. Ball goes out to Sexton. Sexton looking for a runner underneath to Garcia. Garcia's spilled it. FC back with the ball as the ball gets flicked up. And going for a run is Romano. Romano's getting up 8 metres short of halfway when they bring him to ground. Going into acting half is Burrow, and he's looking for runners as the ball goes out there even wider is Briscoe. Briscoe is tackled. They throw the ball out to Liggy Sayo, and he's tackled 10 metres into Catalan's territory. Ball goes out to Arthur. Arthur flicks the ball out to Moy. Moy's got some support in Litton trying to get through, but he's tackled 10 metres out. Barron gets into acting half. He throws the ball across. Couple of long passes, finds Arthur, then gets it out to Caesar. Caesar's got some support on the outside. Hill, he's out in the back line. He flicks the ball over to Martin, and Martin is tackled. Still a couple of tackles left in this set. They go back to Caesar. Caesar slows it down, gives it to Hill. He looks for the run around and decides to hang on to it, the big fella. Then it goes back out to Arthur. Arthur gets it out to Sayo. He runs at the defensive line and he's tackled inside the 20. Last tackle coming up. What have they got? Hull FC, they need a try and they need it fast. It goes to Arthur. He runs at the defensive line. They've got the numbers here. Still going, trying to push through on the outside is Romano. Did he get the ball down? He had support on the outside. He had Litton there. And he decided to go himself. Referee says no try. Didn't get the ball down. Arthur Romano running at the line, ball in two hands, defenders everywhere. Support on the outside, opted not to use it. Let's have a look at this Cheers Boston replay. It was Arthur running at the line. He had Romano on his outside. Dodd was trying to slide across and make the tackle. Did a good job. Got his hands around the football. Romano was able to had three players around him, and he tackled him onto his back. That'll be no try. Got the ball nowhere near the grass. So it's going to be Catalans football. Probably goes to show how much what this one needs for the Dragons. There were 3 or 4 players trying to hold that football up. LFC going to remain 12 points down on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. Is held up. Try allowed or not given. So now it is the Dragons' turn to work it out from their own end as Leeming gets into acting half and flicks the ball up. One of his teammates as the gears out there now for the Captain's Dragons. Taking another hit up is the Scalzi. Bench is being used by Cartwright. A couple of players out there who we haven't seen much time on the field. Garcia this time puts the ball under the arm and gets towards the 40 when he's tackled. But they are starting to churn through some tackles on in this set. Oh, God. The ball bounced up off his shoulder, on his head, off his shoulder, but he's able to pick it up, and the referee says it's okay. Last tackle, ball goes out to Sexton for the kick. He kicked it down deep. It's caught by Logan Moy, and Moy gives the ball out to Barron, and Barron runs into the defence, and he's tackled 32 metres out from his own line. See if the Hull FC players can get back behind this ball and really get some go-forward going. They need to score next. There's less than 20 to go as they run this ball up over halfway. That's Litton, who's brought down on halfway. They're going to go back to the left-hand side. Ball goes to Arthur. He's got Caesar with him. Flicks the ball over, and O'Neill back on the field. He's tackled. In fact, no, Briscoe. Briscoe tackled as the ball goes back, this time for Hull FC. They give it out to Arthur. Arthur to Litton. Litton well tackled and met by Mackinson, but they're able to get some second phase play. Arthur, long ball goes across the field. Is this Hill again? Harvey, he steps off the left. He's through. He comes to the fullback, throws the dummy. What a try. Oh, Harvey Hill. He's got the 10 on his back. He should have the 7. What a play from the big man. And carving them up through the middle. And there's plenty of props out there who think they're in the wrong body shape, and Harvey might be one of those. But fantastic footwork from the big man. He came to the fullback and throws a fantastic dummy, and they're back in this ball game. Hill came on the Cheers Boston replay. He wasn't giving up that try so close to the line. Did a good job, beat Garcia, beat Sexton, and then the big dummy, Staines fell for it. He might have to sit through that in the video replay during the week. But Hill, he will be telling plenty of people about that one tonight, no doubt. 26-18 in favour of the Dragons, with a kick to come on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. So let's see what Caesar does with this one. He should throw it over. He's right in front, and it is 26-20. LFC, they needed to be the next scorer. What about the ball from Arthur across to Hill? It's, good try. Good try. And we've got a game of football on our hands. 15 minutes to go in this one. Here, Hull supporters starting to find their voice, as Spiro Boucher will take the ball back to halfway and kick the ball down deep. As give it to Big Sao to wind up off the back fence, and big collision of players, and he's found brought to the ground just short of the 20. Going to try and work this one out. They need no mistakes in this set of 6 after the try. That's all important. as they work their way out. This is the try scorer, Hill. Hill has wrestled back past the 30, trying to get to his feet, leaning, slowing the play the ball down. As they look for an underneath runner, and the ball pops out to Romano, and Romano is tackled 15 metres short of halfway, tries to get to his feet to play it, falls over, looks for another set of 6. Referee says no. There's another high shot. Referee's going to let that one slide too. Hull FC, the ball goes out to Arthur, who kicks over the top, Staines back there, underneath it, catches it 5 metres out from his own line, runs straight at the defensive line. Oh, he's picked up by Lewis Martin and dumped. There's a bit of feeling in this one all of a sudden as they start the set from on the 20. Ball goes out to Mackinson. Mackinson trying to do a little bit of heavy lifting for his forwards who are trying to get back behind the football. He's tackled. They get the ball out now to Espiro Bichet, and he's getting up towards the 40 when he's brought down on tackle number 3, leaning back through the middle. Gives the ball out to Mackinson, who takes another hit up in this set of 6. Probably shows where the forwards are and their energy levels at the moment for the Catalans Dragons. They're going to go back through the middle. Ball has bounced up. The Costa's back out there. Ball goes to Sexton. Sexton to Kotrich. Kotrich, a one-on-one situation, flex the ball out. Tackle is made. They're only 20, inside the 20, in fact, on last, but on that far touchline. Ball goes to Sexton. Long ball to Leeming. Leeming is scheming. He kicks the ball through. Chasers coming. Ball is bounced up. They were trying to get their hands on the football. Now, Espiro Bichet, he chased through the kick. He looked as though he was going to nail it and grab it, and then all of a sudden, before he got his hands on the football, he was brought to ground. So are they going to... They've ruled no try. Referee has said no try, but has sent it upstairs and just wants to have a look at the interference on Espiro Bichet. Kick was good. Now, Litton flicked the ball back. Barron came over the top. Espiro Bichet was trying to grab it, and still Barron had hold of him. Surely the video ref's going to get involved in this one. Leeming put the kick through. Guillermo tried to knock it up, but it was Barron who grabbed him and then flicked him and pulled him down. And 6-point lead at the moment for the Dragons. Could have easily have been 10 if that ball had bounced straight into the arms of Espiro Bichet. And then Barron, who's tackling players off the ball. So video ref still looking. Video ref still having a look at this one. Kick was called for by Guillermo. He motioned for Leeming to put the ball through on the Cheers Boston replay. But Ryan Cox is taking a long time over this one. Bounced up off Espiro Bichet. Then he tried to regather it. Wasn't given the opportunity with Harvey Barron just pulling him down by the shoulder. That's our video ref Ryan Cox going to do. And have another look at the replay. Definitely pulled off the ball. There's another look at it. Leeming, putting the kick through. Bounced up nicely. Going to be a penalty try. Look, if he corralled it straight away, he would have rolled into the rolled over the top of the try line. There's no doubt about that. They wouldn't have been able to bring him down before he got the ball down. So here we go. Video refs made the decision. What say Ryan? He says the try has been disallowed. And now the referee's getting the full. They're going to say it was a knock-on off Espiro Bichet. Wow. So video ref has said knock-on. And it's going to be Hull FC football. So the ball will come back to the 20 for a tap because the indiscretion happened inside the goal line or past the goal line. So a chance now for Hull FC. Well, was that a sliding doors moment? With Catalans Dragons up by 6. Thought they'd get the penalty to take it up by 8. Just having another look. Litton got a hand on the football. It hit Espiro Boucher in the chest and then bounced up. And then as it ricocheted off his chest, he tried to grab it. Now they're going to say that knock-on happened in the field of play. So where it was going to be a 20-metre tap, video refs got involved again, and it's going to be a scrum on the 10-metre line with a feed to Hull FC. All right, so I think we've got that sorted. Still 15 minutes, or just shy of 15 minutes to go in this one. Ball goes out to Barron. And a lot of the Hull FC players throwing their hands up in the air looking for a penalty, saying that the Catalans Dragons players were inside the 10 from the scrum as they're starting to really muscle up in defence. Costa's back out there, might have mentioned that before, as they work this forward. Haven't seen a lot of SASA in the second half. We went off early. Yeah, here he is, the big fella. He's back out there. He gets a pass away. Ball's been... Well, what are they going to rule here? So, SASA flicked the ball away. Ball bounced off one of the Catalans Dragons players. Might have been Sexton. Hotrich is running over to query the decision as well. They do have a captain's challenge. SASA's got blood coming from the nose, so he might have copped the high shot. Let's have a look at what actually took place here on the Cheers Boston replay. It's a captain's challenge by the Dragons. So SASA was sliding through to the defence. He had Bell coming through. Bell was tackled and then lost the football. All of a sudden, Kotrich had it, but was that a strip with 2 players in the tackle? So SASA burst through, flicked the ball up, and then did the ball go straight to Kotrich? It's hard to say whether Bell ever secured the ball or whether the ball landed on Kotrich's hands. This is a big decision. So Catalans think that it should be their football. With SASA getting the offload away, and Nick Kotrich saying, well, I intercepted that. Bell was saying, well, I had it in possession. I had the ball. So decision needs to be made by the video ref. 67-24 gone in this game. And Ryan Cox says the captain's challenge has been rejected. So it's going to be Hull FC football. Kotrich in it again, speaking with the referee. Been a fair bit of that in this game tonight. So it's going to be Hull FC ball and a penalty for a strip. So they're going to say Kotrich never had possession of it. He just went in and stripped it 2-on-1, which of course is illegal. And a penalty to Hull FC. A lot of blood coming from the nose of SASA as Jacob Arthur kicks the ball down deep inside the 40 of the Dragons. We'll have an exciting finish coming your way as they take the tap. Finds Caesar. Caesar gives it to Arthur. They've got a backline play in motion here, but the tackle is made 35 metres out. And going to ground on that occasion was Moy. They go back through the middle. It's Big Harvey looking for try number 2. He's tackled on the 30. They're going to go to the left-hand side. Couple of players. They get it out wider, and it's a run-around play with a great pass out to Caesar. Caesar flicked it back, and then all of a sudden he dummies around and gets it and picks it up and scores. Well, Aiden Caesar, he's had his name all over that try. He threw the pass, he went back, he doubled round as the support player, and then all of a sudden bobs up and scores. And, well, we're about to be all locked up here, 26-24 with a kick to come for Hull FC on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard as we have a look at the replay. So run-around play, they got it out to Caesar, and then Caesar flicked the ball out backed up on the inside, and all of a sudden, he was in the right spot at the right time. It would have been Tom Briscoe who threw the beautiful ball back on the inside to Aidan Caesar. And Caesar doesn't score too many tries, but he'll like that one, and it's going to be all locked up with just 11 minutes to go. So, Aidan Caesar. Chance to level the scores. The clock ticks towards the 70th minute. Yep, we're all tied up. 26 all on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. Is Catalans and Hull FC, a late game. And, well, I've got the feeling that the Catalans were going to absolutely put the cleaners through Hull FC 15 minutes ago. But Hull FC have turned it around. And we're all locked up. A couple of interesting decisions made by the video ref. We're back underway, and the ball goes down deep as the ball goes to Lewis Martin, and he's looking to offload that one and give it to one of his big forwards to roll it forward. Got it out to SASA. That was tackle number 1. So the FC players now, time to get the ball out to Briscoe, and Briscoe takes up tackle number 2, and now Bell brings up get up 3. He might have gone either hamstring or cramp. Struggling to get to his feet here, James. For his sake, let's hope it's just a bit of cramp. Hanging onto his hamstring. Might be something a little bit more serious. James got the call for the hit up, and then went to the ground, grabbed the back of his leg. Very close to a hip drop, but there was nothing on the back of the leg from Kotrick. So players will get a chance to catch their breath. All 30 metres out from the Hull FC line, and Bell's laying flat on his back. Got the trainers out with him, having a look at that left leg. Checking the knee now. So, have to see Bell get back to his feet. It's good for the Hull FC supporters. Very ginger on that left leg. Trying to flex the knee. Making sure that he can put plenty of weight on it. And they're inside that final 10 minutes of play, 26 all. So now the referee is going to speak with both Aidan Caesar and Toby Sexton. And I'm going to say on report. So the tackle goes on report. Waiting for play to get back underway. A lot of discussion being done on the field. Jacob Arthur's got the ball, and Bell's still trying to stretch this leg out. He needs to play the football. They've got a support wrap on his knee now, and he plays it finally. So we're back underway, and here's Hill taking the hit up. He pinches 5 metres. Quick play the ball. Ball out this time to Moy. Logan Moy trying to find a gap through the forward pack of the Dragons, but there's no way through, and he's tackled just short of halfway. Ball goes back to Jacob Arthur for the kick. He kicks downfield, and it's well taken by Mackinson. Mackinson runs this back towards the Hull FC defence, and he's brought down 20 metres out from his own line. Lewis Dodd gets into acting half this time. Ball goes out to Espiro Boucher. He runs into the defensive line, can't bust them, and he's brought down 25 metres out from his own line. And trying to find some tired forwards, but again, running back through the centre, the Catalans Dragons, they They look like they might have them on the outside, but still trying to run back through the middle as Biscay this time. He's up over halfway on tackle number 4. Leeming gets into acting half. He picks the ball up and catches the markers napping, throws the ball back. The Costa gets involved. It goes back. He's having words again, telling his team to go forward as Leeming is looking a little bit sheepish as Navarrette's back out on the field as well. Ball goes back out to Sexton, who kicks. Chaser's coming through, but back there is Logan Moy, and he takes it safely for Hull FC, and they're going to have to start this set inside their own 20. Getting into acting half is Burra. They get the ball out to Barron. Barron's caught just short of the 20 on tackle number 2. Not a lot of ground being made in these sets of 6. As taking up is Martin this time, getting in there to do some work for his forwards. Ball goes out to Litton, so it's been the 2 wingers, it's been the centre, trying to give their forwards a big lung full of air. As we get inside the final 8 minutes, the ball goes out to Caesar this time, who runs at the defensive line, and he's brought down on halfway. Ball's going to go back to Arthur for the kick. He gets the right foot to it, and it goes down deep. They're kicking away from Charlie Staines. No surprise there as the ball goes back to Mackinson, and Mackinson runs over the 20 before he's tackled, and he'll get up and play it. Charlie Staines needs to find the football, get his hands on it. Aspiro Boucher runs up over the 30 on tackle number 2, leaning in behind the play the ball now. So he picks it up and throws the ball out to Charlie. Charlie, yep, he's got the call. Get your hands on the football. He's just 8 metres short of halfway when they finally bring him to the ground. They throw the ball out this time to Big Navarrete, and he's into Hull FC territory. Leeming picks it up, gives it out to DaCosta. DaCosta gets the ball out to Sexton. Cut out past to Kotrich, who's nailed, but he gets the ball back. Sexton, all very slow again. He gets the ball back to Dodd. Dodd running with the ball in 2 hands. Puts the ball under one arm, gets the offload away, throws it out to Aspiro Boucher. He's still trying to find a gap through. They're 25 metres out. This is 4th. Leeming gets the ball out to Sexton. He kicks over the top. Chaser's charging at it. Barron's back there. The ball's been tapped back. The ball ricochets off Charlie Staines' legs. It's picked up by Barron, and now Barron running at a broken defensive line for Catalans. And in the end, the Dragons are able to make the tackle. 20 metres out. Hull FC have to go 80 metres. There's less than 6 to play in this game. As taking it up this time is Martin. Martin then quick play the ball, and all of a sudden they're starting to make some ground. Logan Moy, then we get the ball out to Briscoe, and Briscoe is up over halfway on tackle number 3. They've still got 3 tackles up their sleeve here. So they decide to come back through the middle. They've got numbers here. The ball goes out to Arthur. Arthur gives it out to Caesar. Caesar bumps off one. He runs back towards the centre, and he's tackled by DaCosta and one other. 30 metres out from the try line. There's still 2 tackles to go on this one. No forwards going forward. And there's a little bit of angst from Burra. But in the end, the tackle's made 20 metres out. The ball goes back to Arthur. He's going to have a shot at field goal. And the referee says yes. So they set that one up nicely. Field goal by Jacob Arthur. 27-26, Hull FC. Over the top of Catalans Dragons on the Catalan Sports Tour scoreboard. The ball went back. They zigzagged their way up the field. And then Jacob Arthur got himself back in a great position and then nailed the field goal. So 27-26, we're going to go the short kick off the Dragons as the ball goes to Hull FC. They've been able to catch the ball. Litton in there for the short kick, was able to grab it, and then they get the ball back to halfway. So Hull FC lead by 1. There's less than 5 to play. Ball goes out to Moy. Moy's tackled inside the 40. Another chance for Hull FC here to score points. Burra into acting half. Gets the ball out to SA. He rumbles up over the 30. He's brought to ground. There's 4 Dragons players in and around him. Burra goes to the left-hand side. He's got Hill out there. No, that's not Hill. Out there, in fact, is Briscoe. Briscoe is tackled. They come back through the middle. 10 metres out. This is tackle number 2. They've got options left and right. As Burra, he goes to the left-hand side, gives the ball to Caesar. Caesar gives it to SA gets the ball away. Here's Moy trying to find a gap through the defensive line. He runs at Dodd, but Dodd brings him down. He also had the help of one other. Arthur gets into acting half. Only halfway through this set, they flick the ball out to Hill. He's looking for his second try of the night. He bumps away from one defender and another, and still going, the big fella. He's brought down 5 metres from the line. There's 3.5 left to go as very slow play the ball. Harvey Hill's been backslammed. He's trying to get to his feet. He does now and plays the ball. They get the ball out. SA runs at the line. He was nearly standing still when he caught it. This will be last tackle. They're looking for either Arthur or Caesar. Ball goes to Arthur. He runs at the line and he's going to take the tackle 10 metres out. So that's going to be a turnover as Jacob flicks the ball out the side. And with 3 minutes, what have the Dragons got left? Well, Charlie Staines has to get involved. It's very, very simple. He needs to be the one to get the Dragons home here. He's the electrifying fullback that can do it. Leeming gets into a dummy half. He's looking for runners. The ball goes out to Kotrich. He runs at the line. He makes 15 metres. He's just short of the 40 when he's brought down. Leeming again coming back through the middle to Costa. They got some numbers. Sexton. They get it out to Dodd. Dodd's got support on the outside in Spiro Boucher. He's tackled on halfway. Lewis Dodd trying to get into acting half. Now, Spiro Boucher trying to get up and play the football and is absolutely... Well, he's had a brain snap. He put the ball down and then stepped over and kicked it and done anything but play it. And in the end, it's going to be Hull FC football. Referee says there was no hands in the play the ball. And that was just a simple mistake by Spiro Boucher. And with just 2 minutes to go, Hull FC will take as long off the clock as they can. So this scrum will set on halfway. You'd say that Catalans will get the ball back for half a set. Clock still ticking. Inside 2 minutes. Jacob Arthur feeds the scrum. They lead by 1. Big push on the scrum from the Catalans Dragons forward, but in the end it's been picked up by Hull FC and pretty slow play the ball. There's 90 seconds to go. They get the ball out to Barron. And Barron's in there and gets the ball towards the 40 before he's tackled. They're laying over the tackle players. They need to get up and play it. Harvey Hill, he wrestles his way down towards the 30 before he's met and tackled. Bura getting into acting half. It's all very slow now. The ball goes out to Caesar. Caesar's got some support out there. That's O'Neill out on that left edge, and he's tackled on the 30. Briscoe getting into acting half. Comes back towards the middle through Caesar. Flicks the ball underneath to SA. He's tackled on the 30. It's last. There's less than a minute to go. 55 seconds to be exact. What will Bura do from acting half? They go to the left-hand side. Caesar kicks over the top. Chasers coming through, including Lipton. But it's taken by Staines. Staines is met and wrapped up. And he's tackled 10 metres out from his own line. They've got 40 seconds to go, 90 metres. Dodd, the ball goes to Dodd. He bounces off the left foot, but there's no way through this Hull FC defence. Plays the ball. They're going to come back through the middle. That's not the play. Comes back to Daryl Latour, who has been a try scorer. He finally is brought to ground 22 metres out from his own line. Halfway through the set, the Costa, long cutout pass. Gets it out wider to Spiro Boucher. He's got some support in Mackinson. Mackinson tackled right near the sideline and spills it. And that will be enough for Hull FC. They've done enough to shut down the Catalans Dragons in the final 60 seconds. And the full-time siren will go in the background. So Hull FC 27 have beaten the Catalans Dragons 26 on their home ground. Great game of football. Plenty of tries scored and all-important field goal nailed by Jacob Arthur in the concluding stages of that one. But some great performances by Hull FC. Harvey Hill, he was fantastic in the second half. He did a great job for his team. Aidan Caesar and Jacob Arthur, they really led their side around through the halves very well. And then Logan Moy gave plenty of options for Hull FC in attack. Catalans Dragons, they had their chances. They trailed a long way in the early stages. They got back. They got themselves a handy lead. But in the end, they just ran out of time. and it's Hull FC who take home the points in this one. 27 points to 26 over the top of the